Everyone, my name is Kasaya and I am a tarot reader and channeler. So if you have found yourself here, I may have some messages for you. However, if they do not fit, do not force them. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Alright. These messages may resonate for your past, present, or future. Place them where they fit. Place yourself where you fit. Alright. So I'm just going to do this like I did in my last video. I'm just going to do this thing where I just talk and channel and see where it goes from there. So yeah, because I really liked that yesterday. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to start off with actually some dream messages because they had a couple of them that really aligned. Oh no, that wasn't dream messages. These ones were meditation. Yeah, these ones were meditative messages. I have 3. 1 was a dream, 2 were meditative. So, the first was a teddy bear. The second was a pack of dogs, very happy, wagging their tails. And the third was the dream message. In the dream, I had met someone, and we did a lot of talking and just sharing our points of view and listening to each other, taking turns listening, being quiet while the other person shared their point of view. And then we were switching back and forth. And we did most of this in the dark as well. I'll get to that in a second. But I thought that really coincided with the teddy bear and the and the pack of dogs, because the teddy bear is, as a child, you know, whenever we have a teddy bear, a stuffed animal, a stuffy, it's something that we have for safety, but not just safety, it's with us all the time, and it's going to love us all the time. It is an inanimate object, but we find friendship in our safety vessels, right? We find comfort in our stuffed animals, in our blankets, in etc., etc. So it's a symbol of safety, it's a symbol of friendship, of loyalty, of compassion. Okay, and the pack of dogs, I feel, is the same. Definitely about loyalty and compassion, because dogs are the most loyal and compassionate creatures. We do not deserve dogs, dude. When I had my big release recently, I cried all over my dog, dude. I was crying. I was crying all over the place, dude. I cried all over my dog. I was like, "You're so wonderful. We don't deserve dogs. I don't deserve you." And she's just like wagging her tail. But yeah, this vision I got of the dogs, I remember there being different colored dogs too. So that shows a variation of personality traits, characteristics, viewpoints, interests, perspectives, etc. Okay? And they were all wagging their tails. They were happy. They were joyful. They were, I just heard, ready to play. Okay, so it seems, with all 3 of these put together, it seems that, collective, you are finding, oh, we have the 10 of Cups here as I'm talking about it too. It seems like you are finding friendships, companionship, even if it's more than friends. Take what resonates, okay? But I do really feel as though this is friendships. Even if it does expand further, like family and partnerships or business, whatever, it most importantly feels, or mostly centers around, friendship. The idea of the 2 of Cups, you know, where you see, hear, and understand each other, where there's compassion going both ways, where there is shared viewpoints. Like-minded kinship is what comes to mind. Like-minded kinship. And that feels very beautiful. I'm going to find the 2 of Cups for you. Give me a second here. In my Rider-Waite Tarot. OG. Always my favorite. The Wild Unknown Tarot used to be my favorite. I haven't pulled it out in quite a while. One point I went through a spiritual psychosis, and I put them away because I thought that I can't believe I'm sharing this, what the fuck? Because I thought there was something attached to that deck. So I've done clearing work, and in my mind it like didn't work, but you know, in spiritual psychosis you're very convinced of certain things. I'm sorry if that made anyone uncomfortable. Spiritual psychosis is crazy. Anyways, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. These two people are they're looking directly at each other, and it's like they're looking at each other, they're looking at each other's cups. It's not necessarily sizing each other up, it's seeing where each fits in the other, okay? It's finding like-minded traits. It's finding where there is harmony, okay? It is harmonizing with others, with another. And it seems like it's very one-on-one with each person, right? It's very, one second. It seems like it's very personal to each connection that you have. Okay, so it's finding the harmony within the individual connections. Even if there is group, it's like, it's forming networks, very face to face. How can I explain this? Maybe I have already explained it, but I feel like, I don't know, there's a different way that I could say it that would, like, hit the nail on the head, or, you know, I'm confusing myself, let's not. But yeah, this is unity. This is unity with you and others, with your soul and others, or another, okay? Take it as it resonates. But there's a lot about compassion. I just heard sensuality. So it's connections that are really tapping into, that's really helping you to feel more lively, more alive, tapping into the senses, being in the present moment with your people, with your friends, with your family, with your partner or partners. I don't discriminate, okay? It's beautiful companionship energy. And then there was the part where, with the person in my dream, where we were talking mostly while it was dark outside. And to me, that really meant like talking about or you know, including the shadow of each person and talking through like the deeper stuff. And I think that's why it's very individual within your connections, very personal, is because you're getting to know each person on a deeper level. So you have a depth of connection with each person that maybe the group as a whole doesn't have, but it's, you know, it's, yeah, there's a word I'm trying to find for it, and I can't find it. Do we want to use this deck? What deck do we want to use? We want to use the fountain? We want to use the fountain, okay? I'm going to cleanse the deck with my broken... I have a new stick, but I like a new sage stick, but I like burning them till they're about gone. I don't know, it feels like a respect to the herb, you know? So I like trying to use up as much as I can before I throw it outside, because it's a natural product, right? I love the Fountain Tarot, though, because the Fountain Tarot is kind of ethereal, more, maybe not ethereal, because that gives like a mysterious, it's more like whimsical. It's compassionate, just as the symbolism today is, okay? And with the dogs, yeah, there's not just compassion and loyalty, there's joy, you know, there's ready to play. There is, it's like, the connections that you're making are ready to embrace you, are ready to celebrate with you. I was just channeling a little bit ago the Ice Cream and Cake song. Ice cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake to the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake to the ice cream and cake. And that just reminds me of celebration, okay? So it's like celebrating, I feel, life itself with others, being present in that, okay? Very lively energy. It gives very Four of Wands energy, okay? Maybe like inner children playing together with the teddy bear and the dogs and the one-on-one in the dream. Yeah, the deeper sides of the self, you know, going far back, going deep down. Beautiful energy. Okay, what do we have here, Spirit? I'm gonna take those ones. What do we have for the collective regarding these messages? We have the Hermit and the Star. That's very interesting. The Hermit, when I'm talking about friendship, connection, loyalty. Okay, so this could also be with the self. This is a union with the self. This is a union, or this is the deeper aspects of the self. Okay, that's very interesting. And the star card here. You have the star card. Now this is like collective energy, but this is healing. This is happiness. Okay, so maybe I'm feeling the message that's coming through here with the Hermit and the star card is this is taking place because of the way in which you know yourself and embrace yourself and exude your own energy. The way that you embrace who you are and your own wisdoms. You are shining your wisdom. You are shining your light outwards. That's what I'm getting here, okay? The star is kind of like in the spotlight, but you're in the spotlight of like your own life experience, your own wisdom, your own authenticity. Okay, the light that you have found through yourself is what you are guiding yourself with and what is exuding out of you, and because of that, you are attracting the connections that are meant for you, that are aligned with you, because you are visible, you are out in the open, you are seen. Okay, can we get deeper into the Hermit card, please? Okay, upright and reverse, upright or reverse, upright or reverse. I like going best 2 out of 3. Upright or reversed, upright or reversed. Okay. Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups in the reverse. So there's certain things that you have had to move away from. And it's like you have moved away from things that were unfulfilling, especially within the self, okay? But as well in the external, there's ties that you have cut. It seems like right now you are in this space of maybe patiently waiting for the fruits of your labor. There's something about you've been on a isolation journey, a journey of isolation, or a journey of solitude, a journey of quietude. I just heard internal introspection, being with the self, healing the self, right? Renewing the self. Radically accepting the self, your light, your authenticity, what you bring to the table, what you bring to the world, what you bring to the collective, okay? Rebuilding your hope through the light of your own wisdom and life experience here. And with the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups in the reverse, it seems that there's a lot of it's almost like you're waiting to reap the reward of the work that you have done when it comes to specifically the connections that you have released. Connections where you felt numb, where you felt disempowered, where you felt empty, where you felt like there was something missing, there was a void, there was something of that sort, okay? You're being asked to have patience here. That's really interesting, considering I was speaking of it, like it was just speaking to the self, even though these messages are of the ones that I channeled through are messages of friendliness, companionship, loyalty. I'm a little thrown off, I'm not gonna lie. The Strength card. Okay, the Strength card is all about the courage, the bravery. I think you're having a lot of courage, a lot of bravery to shine your light, to put yourself out there, to stand up for who you are, to courageously shine your light into the collective. Do your part, right? You have overcome the inner demons, the Hermit and the Strength together is really putting a lot of emphasis on the inner wisdom and that which you have attained from your own life experience, because the Lion can represent our own trials, tribulations, internal struggles, our demons, our reactions, our primal nature, right? And there's something about having harnessed that energy, harnessed that power within ourselves, and and using that to move away from that which is not aligned with us. And now it's coming in, it's slowly but surely. Okay, there's a need to have patience. Everything takes time. There's a transition period that's taking place between isolation and being seen. And these are two vastly different energies. These are like opposites when it comes to the other, the vision of the other. You're coming from out of the dark into the light, into not just the light, into spotlight, where there's a lot of eyes on you, there's a lot of focus on you. People want to know your story, people want to know where you've been, people want to know where you're going. Okay. And there's something about having the strength, the courage to protect yourself in these areas, to defend yourself, to stand up for yourself, to speak up for yourself, to not be afraid, not shy away, not bow down from being who you authentically are in the spotlight. Okay, and there was some messages that I channeled yesterday. There was quite a lot of energy of like, it was like jealousy, aggression, envy, blaming, shaming, shunning. Like the light that you exude really shines a light on the shadows of the others. And because of this, it is normal human, and my nose is itching, so I'm on point. It's normal human reaction when the shadows are illuminated to be squirming, okay, to squirm. There's a message here to not play small to make others feel comfortable, right? Don't make yourself digestible for others. Let them choke. That's the phrase. And it sounds so like, it sounds almost abrasive, but it's very empowering, I feel. And I have been channeling through the dragon totem recently, a dragon in the moon, was it waxing, or it was the waxing crescent, I'm pretty sure. It was waxing crescent or waxing gibbons. It was filling the left side. Though it's probably going to look like the right to you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the video mirrors. Anyways, there's something about the dragon, the empowerment of the shadow, not being afraid to, I feel like I just got off track, but not being afraid to embrace your full authenticity, the light and the shadow in front of others, and the shadow that brings out in others. It is normal for humans to react in that way, for our ego to be... Our ego braces for impact whenever the shadow is seen. It feels vulnerable. It's vulnerability. You're willing to be seen in your vulnerability because your vulnerability has become your strength here with the strength card. You have bravery to show your vulnerability, and it be, people throwing people shooting arrows at it, people throwing rocks, but there's this sticking to what the self knows, okay? Knowing thyself, trusting thyself. It's seeing, it's witnessing the external reaction to the illumination of their own shadows unconsciously, and shining anyways, and being there anyways, showing up anyways. It's a very empowering energy, especially with this King of Wands here. It's also very, with that King of Wands, it's very inspiring. Even though it does bring out the shadow of others, where others, it's like they feel overpowered or overshadowed or something like that, but they're only being overshadowed by their own shadow because they're not willing to embrace. They're not yet at a point to be willing to embrace their own shadow. And it's kind of like you almost lead the way with your own self-mastery here. There's something within the self that you have definitely mastered. You have completion with. You have practiced to make some sort of perfection. You've been very dedicated into tedious work within the self, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, whatever that may be. Okay, and it shows in the external when people are in your presence, okay, or even when they're not in your presence. There's something here that is definitely felt, and it has to do with the fact that you have worked very, again, diligently and for quite a long time to build up all dimensions of yourself. There's something about multidimensionality here, okay, because this cube is 3D. He's building a 3D cube. There's something about embodying your multidimensionality in the physical, okay? And this is something that is felt, maybe even seen. And those that recognize you, that truly see you, those are the people that are going to come into your life with this Two of Cups, being seen, being heard, being understood. Okay, sharing, two people sharing of themselves, a group, many people sharing of themselves on interpersonal levels. Okay, we have the Empress and the Page of Wands. You are taking on some sort of new adventure in the realm of connection, or connections are helping you embrace a new adventure, step into a new adventure. Okay, I feel it's helping you step into it, as well as it is part of the adventure, okay? It's like this dualistic... this dualistic activation that's taking place, okay, within the self and outside of the self. This is something that is reflected in the physical world here with the Empress card. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of passion. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Page of Wands came up yesterday. It was one of the main cards for yesterday's reading. But you have a lot, you have cultivated a lot internally and externally. The Empress is all four of the queens: Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Queen of Cups, okay? She has embodied all of the, she has mastered the levels. There is mastery here. Okay, she is at the very least balanced every single one of these areas. Okay, she is in balance. You are in balance at this time. And she, male, female, non-binary, what have you, doesn't matter. I don't read gender. The cards don't either. Okay, they may have images of that, but the energy is always fluid. You have come into a balance of these energies, and you are stepping into this journey. This is the foundation of whatever this new journey is. It's the foundation of balance of all four of the elements. Okay, you've used all four of the elements. You've gone to the depths with all four of the elements, and you are embracing all four of the elements as your tools, as your resources in this new phase of life. Okay, there's been self-forgiveness to get to this point. There's been not only self-examination, but self-forgiveness. Clarifier for the Page of Wands, please. We'll put you right there. Clarifier for the Page of Wands, please. Or more information on the Page of Wands. Okay. Oh, we had one fall on the floor. 1 second. If I can pause it. The Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Fountain card. This is where you are just letting it be. There is an absence of the looping of the mind. Okay, you have worked through the mental race, the mental looping, the mental entrappings. Okay, there's something about breaking out of the confinement of that which has always captured your mental processes. Okay, the rewiring of the brain is something I tapped into during the last video, during the last messages. And the Fountain, this is all about being present. This is about the authentic self. This is letting be what will be, letting be what is. Okay, I want to read the Fountain card. It's a beautiful card. Okay, there's a lot of abundant energy. What you are entering into is a phase of abundance, of co-creation with the universe, of being. This is of human being. This isn't of human thinking. This is of human being, and that's what you are stepping into. It's outside of the mental constraints that once were, so that you can be. Right? It's something here about releasing the self of the past, healing the past. Okay, as well with that teddy bear. It's no longer needing the safety, and I tapped into yesterday the protection of situations, connections, etc., mechanisms, behaviors. There's no longer needing the safety vessel, the protective shield, or it's always good to shield, visually, shield from, you don't want to, especially if you're an empath, you don't want to be sponging up everybody else's energies. You're no longer needing the overprotection of the ego, the mental, there's a word I'm looking for, the mental, and now I'm hearing run around, but that's not what I'm looking for either. But you get the gist, right? It's the mind is either from the past or the future. When you're in the present moment, it's all about feeling. It's all about the body. It's all about the senses, that sensuality, okay? It's all about what you can feel, hear, taste, see, smell. Okay, and then it comes to the sixth sense, the nervous system, right? The fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, time, death, time, and form. And I talked about all four of those things. Oh, I don't think I touched on birth. Endings and beginnings. Beginnings would be birth, right? Check out yesterday's video. The language is kind of complex, but it's a really nice message. If you're drawn, of course, no obligations. But I had tapped into all four of these elements yesterday. All four of these cycles, right? The fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, death, time, and form. It is the nameless, changeless source of which everything is a part. It is the waking from the dream of separateness and identity and the recognition of oneself as not only connected to all things, but all things. Divine nature. The all. When the fountain appears in your reading, relinquish all illusion of control and remain quiet. It invites you to observe, master less, and to just be, effortless and indistinguishable from life. You are the voice and the breath of universes. Absolutely beautiful, okay? It's having quieted the mind. It's like a state of perpetual, with maintenance, perpetual quietude. Maybe that's why I heard it with the Hermit card. It's the quietude, right? It's like sitting in a place of meditation. Deep. Okay. Wow. It's no longer being your mind wanting to control or being in control. It's allowing yourself to observe. You can't observe in this. You can't observe in this. That heavy shit, right? When it's upside down, it's letting all of that fall. So the mind has quieted. It's no longer racing around trying to figure out the whys, the whens, the hows, the whos, the what it do. Okay? It's settling into what is, of the self and the other, of the all, the interconnection, right? Divine nature, okay? There's something about being the divine self, being the authentic self, and not shying away from it. And attracting in and receiving that which receives you. Okay, it's an open line of receptivity between you and the external. Okay, the other. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, very beautiful. This is very much an energy of trusting thyself. Okay, being grateful for the self, knowing that you have what it takes. You have all the tools. You have all the resources. Being grateful in a state of gratitude. Okay, you're in a state of quietude and gratitude, and it's a state of again meditation that you are living throughout, living within. Hello, bee. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely not going to cut down these flowers if I can see bees out my window every day. That is so cool. Yeah, anyways, this is a communion with life itself. This is communion with nature. This is listening to nature, okay? She has this bird right here. It's taking cues from nature as well, taking the calls. It's planting the self, grounding the self, very grounded into one's reality, okay? And we have the Three of Coins, grounded into reality and working with the elements, okay, of working with the elements of air, earth, fire, water, okay? And that's the energetics of these, right? And it could be in the physical as well. You could be keeping yourself around water, as well gardening, as well embracing the breeze outside and listening to the breeze, as well as I don't know, like cooking with intention or working with herbs with intention. Okay, there's something about that, like communion with nature and communion with that which receives you, and nature being humans, being plants, being animals, being the air, okay, and being the wind. And here we have the death card. You have gone through a transformation. And I guess what it was yesterday, I kept on saying, there's so much I've learned from this card in the tarot, but it's not just about the tarot, it's about the zodiac, the Scorpio. Being a Scorpio, I've learned a lot about my own zodiacal sign. And I wasn't realizing that while I was recording yesterday, is that I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about Scorpio itself, the nature of Scorpio, of life and death, of birth and rebirth, of transformation, of sacrifice, of the depths of things, which others don't want to face, of sex, of others' resources. Okay, it's you have a very deep understanding of that which you have, that which what others have, what you possess, what the other possesses, and how these things coincide and work in tandem, because the death it's the in-between, right? It's the in-between old life and new life. Absolutely beautiful energy here. I'm going to see if my deck would like to... Oh, and we have the Union rune here. I'm going to see here. It's gift. It's seeing life as a gift. It's knowing that life is a gift, and it's knowing that you are a gift in that, okay? It's not... it's not discriminating against life itself, any form of life. Again, plant, animal, human. What messages do we have to relate to this reading, Spirit? The Dragonfly card has been coming out so much for like the past month, dude. Self-care and Dragonfly. Okay, so I had gone to like read on companionship and loyalty, and it really ended up just being a card or a reading about the self, about the communion with the self and with life, the loyalty to the self, the compassion with the self, the ready to play with the self. That's dirty. Sorry, I'm a 12-year-old boy sometimes. Okay, but you have made self-care a priority. Ooh, the Lily of the Incas. What a beautiful, beautiful card. This is a card of friendship, of loyalty, of mutual support, devotion, blossoming, okay? It's a card, but it's the flower represents these energies. Energy, joy, optimism, eccentricities, okay? The differences in everything. It's like you recognize the differences of everything and you appreciate the differences of everything. The world would be a fucking boring place if every plant, animal, and human was the same, okay? There's so much beauty within the intricacies, the differences, the light and the shadow of each and every being that is out there. It is beautiful. That's like filling me with energy right now. Okay, this is passion, strength. That mutual support is very powerful within this totem, this plant totem, okay? This plant medicine. It's love. It's true soul love, eternal love, friendship, devotion. And it's having that with the self as well, okay? You are your first priority here with the dragonfly. You are your first priority. And you have a deep an emotional depth with your spiritual union, communion, and communication as well. Excuse me. Burp for confirmation, though. Okay, but there is there's this appreciation for, I guess, the speed at which you are moving, or the speed at which life is moving, and there's appreciation for the beauty that you see around you, okay, and the beauty that you see within you. It's really tapping into that beauty, healing from the inside out, living life from the inside out. You're really in it. You're really in it, whatever that is, and I think that's life itself. You're really in it. You're really living life to the fullest, okay? This is thriving energy. Thrivant. I still haven't looked up if that's a word. I'm pretty sure that's a word, though. I'm pretty sure that's a word. You might have a lot of energy at present, okay? You could be recovering from sickness. Oh, yeah, as I say that, temperance. You could be recovering from sickness, and we have the all. Or you could be recovering from the sickness of the all. Maybe you were taking on, maybe you were sponging up too much, especially if you are an empath. Maybe you went through like a compassion burnout. Is that what it's called? Compassion fatigue. Maybe you would experience this, or there's something about like pushing yourself too hard in the trying to balance things for others that it maybe caused you to go into some sort of sickness. So there's something to do with sickness, recovery from sickness, and that's why self-care is really important at this time. Maybe that's where the Hermit card came in when I was talking about the joy and the compassion. And it's about communion with others and the mutual support, but that comes first from within. It comes from giving yourself. It's mutually supporting you, your higher self, your inner child, okay? Mind, body, and spirit here as well. It's about really co-creating with the parts of the self, right? There we go. That's what I meant to be holding up. Okay, it's really in communion with the parts of the self, communicating with the parts of the self, with the spirit, with the all. It's so much, and I used to just, like, in my mind, the concept, it used to just be like the duality, the polarity, but now it's like I'm seeing the three, the triangle, and triangle inside, triangle outside. It's threes now. It's not just twos. It's like expanding into threes, which is giving me Merkaba now. I'm seeing the Merkaba in my, this is life force. This is the light body. This is beyond the physical. This is beyond the physical, okay? And this is where you are living from the inside out and the all within. Gosh, this is so hard to put into language that is understandable and comprehensible. It's like I'm really tapping into these energies lately, and I want to provide this energy for you guys in a way that you can understand, but it is really hard sometimes to put certain multidimensional energies into physical language, to channel that through, because it's such like it's such big energy and large concepts that it's hard to condense into a form that is comprehensible for the human mind. I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm trying my best. And I hope that I'm getting the messages across. Those that are meant to understand will understand. And I know that. And I have faith in that. Okay, I want to get a Rainbow Warrior activation card. No. For some reason, the archetype deck is calling to me. The Wild Unknown archetype deck, which hasn't happened in a bit. So, okay, Wild Unknown archetype. What do you have for me? What do you have for me? What do you have for the collective, for me to explain it? I'll just say that for lack of a better word. Not interpret, kind of. What do you have when it comes to this energy archetype? What archetype do we have? There's something about mastery of the archetypes here as well, with the Eight of Pentacles. What do we have? Oh, what a perfect card. Oh, I have to take all three of them. I have to. We have, all in the upright as well, we have the Village. We have, and then Eros was next. Eros was next. And the Eternal Child. Oh, 1 second. I have no idea how my phone is still recording, even because I realized I put my last video in the trash, but I didn't delete all. Like, you know, you go to the trash and then you delete all of the trash, right? I didn't do that, so I don't know how it's doing this right now. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. Okay, the Village. Let's go. Next, I'm gonna pause it. The village, the hometown, the family, the tribe. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draws us back. On the other hand, it's the very place that you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. And what I'm getting from this energy, when light, intimate, rooted, intergenerational, and communal. When dark, small-minded, gossipy, trapped, restricted. So I feel, as I channeled closer to the beginning of the reading, I channeled it yesterday, and brought it into this reading, is there's energy of jealousy, aggression, of envy, of shaming and blaming. And I think it's coming from the village, whatever family systems, whatever friend systems, whatever business systems, whatever partnerships you have left in the past. It could be having this energy in the dark where they want to, where they're not seeing you, hearing you, understanding you. And that's why you may have left it in the first place, okay? It's because you felt trapped and restricted within that because of the limitations that were placed upon you there. Yes, baby. Coda. I think she's on the couch. Yeah, she's on the couch, baby. I feel as though this is why it was left behind here. And intimate, rooted, intergenerational, and communal. You are rooted within yourself, I feel. Maybe the teddy bear and the dog, because I got it through meditation, maybe it's not quite yet in the physical. I know yesterday I had mentioned something about it being the moon card, the community being part of the beyond. Okay, so there's something about your community being strongly in the spiritual, having a very strong spiritual team, soul family. And there's something about, you don't want it? And there's something about that being grounded into the physical, being rooted into the physical, and you're rooting it into the physical through yourself. Yes, baby. I don't know if you can hear that, but he calls me Dad. His dad is Dad, and I am Dad. What, baby? 1 second. You moved out of this space because of those reasons, and I was past that, right? And now you are rooting your community, your spiritual community, through yourself. It's like you are creating your own village. You're calling in your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? The village... Here we go. The village moves with you, as it is more of a mindset than a physical place. It's you are intimate with yourself, and you are rooted within yourself, and knowing thyself, trusting thyself. And because of that, you carry the village with you anywhere you go. You feel mutually supported anywhere you go, because you see yourself in the other. That's what it is. You see yourself in the other. It wasn't sizing each other, as I'd said, it's not sizing each other up. It's seeing where parts of the self are in the other, okay? Seeing the self in the other. And we have Eros. Eros, I don't know if you heard that or not. Love as desire, eroticism, and sensuality. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. A new territory. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its center. All of these cards are really coinciding right now. Okay? When light, passion, playfulness, sexual health. Okay, so before you came into the light of this archetype, it was madness, projection, and obsession, which is the shadow of humanity in its connection to others. Connection to others and the self is a process or a collaboration of projection, relation, and reflection, okay? And it's been brought into the physical with the passion, playfulness, and sexual health. You're being ready to play. There's something about the sacral chakra. I think I tapped into that yesterday as well. Something about the sacral chakra that has been healed. Hi, baby. That has been reignited, okay? You're ready to play. You're ready to be passionate, okay? You're ready, not just ready to be passionate. I think there's an exudation of passion, of that eternal love within the self. And it's very much attracting in the tribe. Now we have the eternal child. Do apologize if the, you know, the audio is a little loud whenever he's calling to me, but I don't know, you can click off, I guess. It is my child. The inner child, the child of joy. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. Where is that fountain card? Beyond time, right? As I was talking about yesterday. Something about the universal chakra, okay? When you look into the 12 chakras, the 10th chakra, the universal chakra. It struggles, wrong part. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else. Page of Wands, Eros and the eternal child. And that Fool card, Page of Wands, right? And seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. Yesterday there was something about pushing the limit, or pushing the envelope, right? Hi. It wants to return, with plenty of friends, to the land of the free, grounding the village through the self. Where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. As well, that can be Eros. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular. Hey. Perhaps... Where is the star? Where is the star? Where did you go, star? There you are. Don't hide. What the heck? You're the star. Don't hide. Wink, wink. Okay, naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. You are emulating your vulnerability. Your inner child is playing in the face of the shadow of error, or the shadow of the village, of gossip, okay? Honey, please. 1 second. That's the only reason that I don't record videos while he is awake. That's why he's not often in my videos, is because he is right at my side the whole time, if so. Okay, but yeah, you are emanating the inner child despite the, that shadow of the village, despite gossip, despite the restrictions, the limitations that others may want to place upon you, the ties that others have to you, the ties of the past, okay? The small-minded perspectives of others, whether from the past or from the present. It's like you can sense everything around you. As you know the shadow of the self, you know the shadow of the other. You see, hear, and understand the self and the other. And because of that, you are constantly aware of it, of the shadow of humanity itself. And you embrace that shadow of humanity. It's not just embracing the shadow. Once you embrace the shadow of the self, you embrace the shadow of humanity, and you shine that out. It's a very powerful and transformative authenticity that emanates from the self, okay? And it's seen, it's felt, that it is, it's like it's known. There's like this omnipresent knowing that that you are shining your soul, that you are shining from what you have been through. Even if people meet you and they don't know what you have been through, there's something of strength that shines through, and it's because you are unafraid to be unapologetically yourself, in the face of adversity, in the face of differences, and you embrace the adversity, you embrace the differences because you see, hear, and understand it. Okay, you are seeing yourself in the other fully, wholly, okay? And it is an absolutely empowering, inspiring, it's like almost like a majestic kind of thing. It's sum it up. It's very cataclysmic. Cataclysmic. Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. Okay, so I believe that I brought through the entire message today. I hope that this found everyone that it was meant for, and I hope it found you in a very open and receptive state. Please do not be afraid to leave a like and a comment if you feel drawn to. If this resonated, please do leave a like at the least. And if you feel drawn to me as a reader and you would like to see more from me, I do, nope, I didn't want to say that. I would like it if you did subscribe, and I guess I will say I do offer personal energetic readings for $45. I will have my email in the YouTube bio if you are interested. And until next time, guys, much love. Mwah. Bye.